Welcome to Manifesting Through Motherhood. I'm your host, Lindsay Williams, a self-development mentor, entrepreneur and author, dedicated to helping busy mums like you manifest success, balance and create passive income on your terms. With years of experience in mindset, manifestation, fitness, parenting and business growth, I share simple yet powerful strategies to help you transform your life without the overwhelm. If you're ready to up-level your mindset, build a thriving business and create the life you truly deserve, you're in the right place. You can also find all my books on Amazon, packed with tools to help you manifest and grow. So don't forget to follow the podcast to be updated on all new episodes. And let's get going. Have you ever shared a dream with someone and they instantly shot it down, made you second guess it, maybe even made you feel a type of way? Sinking feeling when someone tries to dim your light because they can't see your vision. So let's talk. Projection isn't personal. So people often can't comprehend what they've never seen or done themselves. It's not that your dream is too big. It's too big for them. They may be acting from fear, protection, jealousy or love, but it's still their lens. So, for example, why would you want to start a podcast? Or self-publishing? That's not a real job. Does that sound familiar? The fear is loud, but your purpose is louder. How many times has this happened? This could have happened to me when I did my podcast. People are probably thinking, well, why are you doing a podcast? What for? You're a hairdresser. What do you want to do a podcast for? You're not a celebrity. They're the mind monkeys. They're the things that we've heard other people talk about. And you know what I've come to realise now? I've always brought myself down to other people's levels on self-development and personal wellness and whatever they are at, because we've always kind of compared it to the people. Say we've been to school and we've hung around with the same people, but we see ourselves growing and manifesting and getting bigger and wanting to do more. Well, that person's holding us back because they can't do it. They can't project themselves because we can't help who we hang around with. When we're at college and at school, we just grow. We don't know any different. But when we get older, we start to have an awakening. We start to think, I want bigger and better things. But if you're with the next person and they aren't doing that, you aren't going to get anywhere. Into plateau, you're just going to stay the same because we are all capable of more. This is why I love manifesting and self-development and self-improvement, because we can. But when other people are in lack and fear and see us earning more, like people say to me, well, how much do you earn from your podcast and how many downloads? I don't tell people anything because I'm quite a humble person. People don't need to know how much I earn because it's got nothing to do with other people. Because as soon as you open that door, then people start changing with you. These people need to know anything that you're doing. They can have an assumption. You don't have to tell people what you're doing and how you're spending your money. But once people know, they're like, oh, she's earning money, she's doing this. People think, well, what's the point of doing a podcast? What are you going to earn from that? They don't know ways that you can earn from podcasts, like from doing this, from coaching, and I have my books out there. There's so many different ways. I don't do this for money. I have a business. I did this because I just wanted to do it after a lockdown. I wanted to help busy mums. Like, we had lockdown, the gyms closed, gyms reopened, and I didn't go back to working in the gym. I wanted to do this podcast to help. It's evolved. I've become an author. I have a resource to help busy mums. Everything's on there. It's on my link tree. The proof is in the pudding. I've got digital products. If I wouldn't have done the podcast, I wouldn't have done my book. I wouldn't have done all my journals and my planners. I wouldn't have created courses. I wouldn't have talked about podcasting and self-publishing. I had no idea how to do any of that. I remember actually reaching out to a podcaster, Jen. And I said, how did you launch podcasts? Is there any way I can find any information? And she directed me to something else. And literally it was just a little bit of an information. This woman had said on a podcast saying, just get a microphone and download this software. And that's all I did. I went on YouTube. And ChatGPT wasn't even about like it is now. And now you can look everywhere for information. But that's why I created a low cost course for you guys. So you've got an hour with me and I can help you to launch a podcast of fundamentals. It's not a long course. It's something that you need just to get the basics. And it's got more than basics in there. It's got all the strategies and how to set it up and the cost and, all that around it. And I want you to just try and do it on your own without having to reach out, work with me further if I can help you do that, because I want to help you the way I didn't have the help or anything like that. And people could have shot me down, but you know what I did? I didn't tell anybody I was doing a podcast, because I thought, I know what people are like. I have, what small minded people are like. We just have to do things on our own. We sometimes have to protect our vision and just share it with the safe people. I just did it with my mum and my husband and those that believe in you, because they will fully get the goal, others won't. And sometimes we've got to limit the feedback from people who never walked in your path, because that will always, we will always get imposter syndrome. I will always get it. We will always have the mind monkeys. But if we tell too many people and they have, it's like saying too many cooks spoil the broth or something like that. This is what happens. Too many people jump in and give us the advice. Like when we've got children, people give us too much advice. When we lose weight, I'm getting it now. Don't lose too much. Don't go too thin. I've still got weight to lose. I'm going to start when I stop. It's got nothing to do with anybody else. And this is why I didn't share my journey of my weight loss and what I was doing, because I didn't want to put it online straight away. I wanted to just do it afterwards, because I didn't want people to get into my head. I have got the coping strategies and the tools to not let that happen. But I just wanted to go away and do what I wanted to do. Sometimes we can play small, but we can really come out of our shells when we want to. And sometimes it's good to just journal and write everything down and meditate and just affirm our vision daily on what we're doing, because it doesn't matter what other people are thinking. Just write it down. You might want to get a business. I've got lots of friends and business besties and accountability buddies, but you don't need to make sense to everybody what you're doing. Every time I even post this episode, I think, oh, what if such everybody listens to this, or what if people think that's absolute rubbish? But you know what? They're not going to listen to the podcast if they think it's rubbish. You guys are listening because you guys get me. You get where I'm coming from. You get me as a person. You probably started to get to know me and my family and what I'm about. I probably don't share everything on here, and I probably will share more as I go along. You've got to also protect yourself, I think, on a podcast. It's really important, because when you're putting your private things out there, it can ruin your brand as well. I see this all the time with podcasters and people out there in the industry. They're not getting what they want from the industry because things they've said on the podcast, and you've got to be really careful what you are doing, because you don't know who's listening. It's not just you guys. I don't know. I get people daily messaging me in my my junk. I keep finding them in my junk folder, people that I wanted to come onto my podcast, and I have to make sure it's very aligned and very, to what my listeners want and need. You have to be careful. You have to protect your space as well, and make sure that people are being genuine and, are listening to the podcast, are sharing the podcast. And that's why I have you guys. I've had some of my listeners on the podcast, because that's what I love. You're real listeners, you're real people. Why wouldn't I have real people that genuinely want to support me and want me to do well? And you get to see closely who wants you to do well, who's there for you, who doesn't promote your podcast. People that I've known don't even share my podcast, and that's fine. But I do also get people that, you guys that I don't know, who maybe have messaged me, maybe haven't, that share the podcast. That really helps my podcast immensely, just sharing it, telling your friends in the school playground, going in the gym, saying, I've done this episode, I've done this podcast, this girl. I've had people come up to me and say, oh, you're the manifesting girl. I've listened to your podcast, or I've seen you on TikTok or Instagram. It's just those little moments oh, thank you, thanks for listening. But people are always, there's a lot of people stuck in survival mode at the minute, but we need to be free. We need to let this go, because if we don't, then we just don't move forwards. People's limits can limit us, but we need to protect our visions and just dream big, but really put the manifesting practice that I teach you on here in place so we can evolve and move forwards. Because if we don't, just do it behind the scenes. I said, even if you're starting now, give yourself 3 months listening to this podcast, doing everything you can to learn about vision boards and journaling and meditations and everything, even just the thought of manifesting really puts the fire in your belly to just, it excites me, manifesting. It really excites me because I put a plan together, and like I have my friends and we manifest about different things, and we talk to each other about our wins, and it's just great. But protect what you are doing sometimes, because not everyone's going to have your back, and it can hold us back for a long period of time. Our partners, they can hold us back as well, because if they're not into it, they might be like, oh, here we go, here's another thing, another little fad. This is what we're us women, we do tend to like pivot quite a bit. We like to change things, but just, make sure you've got that support of people. If you don't feel like you're going to get that, don't share it, just do it. Just, do you know what? I say to people, just go and shock people. Get yourself out there and just give everybody the shock of their life. Like when I published my book, people were like, have you wrote that book? And I'm like, yes, I wrote the book. And I've published it myself. And they're like, and what about your front cover and back cover? Like, who designed all that? I designed it. Yes, I am capable of designing it. And then you started to think, do people not believe I've done it? And you started to question yourself, like, I have done this myself. This is what I mean. You can get into your own head. So it's just about protecting yourself, and because, please don't put your dreams on pause because someone else has to stop theirs. You are allowed to want more. You're allowed to go after it, even if you're scared, even if they don't get it, and even if you do it messy, because your dreams choose you. You could have parents and in-laws, they might not get it. We've got to remember, we've got a certain generation of parents and grandparents. My nan didn't really get it. My granddad would have stuck his face up and said a load of rubbish. But I just laughed at it because why would anyone else's voice and opinion matter? They're not the ones making money from this, are they? They're not the ones getting the growth from this. I'm getting this. I'm getting the joy from doing this, and our children are watching because my son sees me shine through this and he loves it, like what I do. He kind of gets what I'm doing. And I also say to people, you weren't made to be average. You were made to be authentic. So as long as you come across authentic on the podcast, and playing small to keep others comfortable will only make you uncomfortable. And it will also make you sad. Stop asking people stuck in survival mode for feedback on your freedom-based dreams. So let's do some affirmations. I am allowed to dream beyond what others understand. Their limits are not my truth. I trust myself and the vision placed in my heart. I don't owe anyone an explanation for my expansion. We've got to remember these words, because if we want to play big, we have to act big. I've spoke about it on the podcast, this main character energy. We have to step into it. We might have a week where we're like, oh, this is such a struggle. I'm not earning enough money. I'm not getting my reach on my business. And people aren't getting me. And this is why we say to people, let's go back to basics. Let's relook at everything about our business and how we can pivot it, how we can recreate what we're doing, still keep the fundamentals and the principles of our business, but let's take it into a different direction. And that's what we can do. Instead of just quitting and thinking, no, that's it, everyone's against it, so what? Because if we do it, even if we fail, we've done it, we've tried it, we can learn. I've learned so many times on this podcast. I've learned, even when I'm publishing my books, it's not gone right, it's not looked right, not felt right. We always have icky moments, but how are we going to grow if we don't do it? And once we position ourselves as that person, as the entrepreneur, the influencer, whatever we are, the coach, the therapist, watch people change their views on you. You will see people come out the woodwork. You will see people change the way they are. And also, you will secretly influence people to do better. And actually, you will start to see people changing their methods in the way they act and talk and do things online. So I've seen this as well, where people are like, oh, it does work for you, really, doesn't it? Like, oh, maybe I'll do a book. Maybe I'll launch a podcast. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Just do it. Don't think about it. But if I let people get to me, like, I wouldn't get anywhere, would I? I'd still be stuck in this place, and I wouldn't have launched the podcast. I had no experience. I had nothing to go with. I just launched it. And this is why I love to teach you to launch podcasts. And just listening to me is like, if she can do it, I can do it. And that's what I want you to do. Don't be afraid of public speaking. You don't have to shop. You can have your pyjamas on and your slippers, cup of tea and a Kit Kat. That's what I do sometimes. I sat here before I get on. I'm like, right, let's get this podcast underway. And I feel so exhilarated when I finish the podcast because I love it. It's what I enjoy doing. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Just a quick one today, but just dream big. We've got to dream big, especially as busy mums. We want more for our children. We want to earn more. We want to be more. We need financial freedom. We need it. Cost of living's gone up. Life changes. We want more for our children. Our children are more expensive. Mine is. So we it's not like it was back when we was younger. I'm 43. It wasn't like when we was younger. Life is completely different. We have to adapt. And if you are in the online world and you are in business, then you're in the right place as well. So I can teach you those things, or you can just listen for self-development tips. So anyway, happy manifesting and have a great day. See you later. If you're feeling called to go deeper, to align more, create more, and really step into that next version of you, you'll find everything you need in my link tree. From my book, Manifesting Through Motherhood, to powerful resources and ways we can work together. It's all there waiting for you. Come and find me on Instagram or Facebook. I love hearing what landed with you. Don't forget to follow the podcast, and if this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who is on their own journey too. And happy manifesting.